Out there, spent some of your time and efforts out there to help raise funds. We got the word out. We were subsequently able to raise $13,000. We had 116 players. We had lots of great gifts and games, and I'd like to thank all of those sponsors that came out, and I couldn't begin to list one because I would leave one out, but we had probably 50 plus sponsors with just a number of different gifts, from clubs to balls to vacation packages. So it was a great success.
Listen, Jimmy Maganello, Jimmy Mags, and Janet, of course, his wonderful daughter and his wife, Donna, so many people who work here under that great name. This is a wonderful place for golf, and I just want to take time to remind everyone, if you're planning an event for the upcoming season, it's never too early to get a hold of the folks here at the club at Shadow Lakes. Now, I want to talk about school security. Of course, that's his business. You've heard me talk to him many times via videos for social media and on the radio at KDK Radio. He is John Hudson Security Consulting Solutions, Inc. Went to Quigley High School where my two children, Robbie and Eva, both have been a big part of that amazing brand for a number of years. And of course, the Maganello is a big supporter of Quigley Catholic in Baden, Pennsylvania, Marine Corps, and has been doing incredible work since leaving the Secret Service in security. Big story, of course, school shootings. Another one recently happened. And I've actually told the people on the radio, look, between you and so many others, including Lou Gentile, Sam Rosenberg, people I've had on, I don't know what else to ask you because it just continues to happen so frequently. So I thought I would go back to the beginning, you and I, when this really all started in Sandy Hook and other places. That eye in the sky, the extra camera. And it's funny, but I've talked to a lot of people in law enforcement, people that I have a lot of respect for, like Henry Wehagen from the FOP Lodge number 91 and others, who have said, Rob, the best way is to have that wall of defense at the entrance coming in to where they can't get in unless they're buzzed in. And I used to think, really, is that such a significant deterrent? But it really truly is. And those cameras around the perimeter and in all places that you would at least expect can do amazing things.
Yes, they can. And as you recall, when my time with the Secret Service, shortly after the Columbine incident, we partnered up with the Secret Service, that is, partnered up with the Department of Education to help them and assist them in a study on how to, become more aware of who's around you and who could be a likely potential shooter, using the model that we use to look for the lone assassin. Mm-hmm. So as part of that study, we looked at technology as well as the psychology of the person. But with respect to the prevention, we have to utilize a comprehensive approach to harden the school using technologies and personnel. And I know it's a very controversial subject with the weapons and who we arm and who we don't arm. In this case, we don't have the money and resources. When I say we, the schools don't have the money and resources to put security officers at all the different entry points. One up front, that's great if you can afford it, but there are many schools that can't afford it. So I agree with the president with respect to arming those teachers, those volunteers that are in the faculty, that are in the staff, that are in the system, through the proper vetting, proper training, and allowing them to be armed. I think that's one of our a great advantage that we should take care of, and we haven't.
Gun sales, background checks, raising the age to 21. Thoughts on any of that?
I'm not so sure about the raising the age to 21. I'm not a big proponent of that. Former Marine Corps, you're asking your sons and daughters to go out and fight and manage a weapon at age 18, and they're doing it successfully. They're trained. And so I'm not a big proponent on the raising of the age to 21, but we do need to have more comprehensive background checks. We do need to find a way to get the psychology of a person. If we know that a person is being treated, psychologically being treated, be able to get that information to law enforcement to make them aware of what's going on. In the case of our latest shooting, I shouldn't say the latest one, just had one today, but the one in Florida, the ball was dropped on a number of different cases. It was just dropped. However, we did know that there was some psychology issues with the shooter. So,
all right, listen, I appreciate your time. Tell the folks the best way to get in touch with you.
Best way to get in touch with me is through my office at 724-371-0042 or securitycsi.us. That's securitycsi.us.
Being that he's a former Secret Service agent, and he happens to be a big fan of President Donald Trump, who will be in Moon Township, out there on the stump for Rick Saccone, who is running against Connor Lamb in the 18th Congressional District. I'm going to take a little time to talk about some things that the president has been doing in the way of foreign steel and aluminum imports. You won't want to miss that next here at the Club at Shadow Lakes with John Hudson. Stay with us. Good evening.